Thank you, everybody. I really, really appreciate you guys coming tonight. Sorry for the short notice. I know a lot of people are busy and everything, so we're going to make sure this is recorded. But I do really appreciate you guys coming in tonight. Ryan's here with us from Trails End. He's going to go over some of their new stuff that they're doing this year. I know we've got like a bunch of different things coming on. We've got some really, really cool prizes this year. I have this. I will show you. I was trying to do it with my camera before, but these are some of the prizes that we're going to have this year. Our theme for this year is going to be Year of the Dragon. On the Chinese calendar, it's the dragon. So we thought that would be something cool to do. And we've got some really, I don't know, I think I'm really excited about this year. So Ryan, I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Yeah. Hey, everybody. I've met some of you guys when I came down there in person a couple times, but I wanted to just kind of highlight today. We're going to focus a lot on some of the new technology pieces, how to make your lives easier, and then also for new people, just kind of highlight the program and talk about what we're going to do. So I've got a QR code on there. If you haven't signed up for the sale yet and registered, please do. There's going to be a QR code at the very end. It's a couple pieces of housekeeping. We are recording it. That will be posted on the council website. So don't feel like you have to get every little piece of information from today. Today is a really good training, but you may miss a couple things, and that's totally okay. You can watch this and we'll have more resources. So we're going to start rocking and rolling through the presentation. We do have the chat functionality. So if you've got any questions, Holly will be monitoring the chat along with myself, and we'll pause and answer a couple, but we'll do like the normal unmute yourself questions at the end, just for timing purposes, because I know it's getting late and we want to make sure everybody's gets the information they need. Okay, let's start going through here. So we got the first thing. It's kind of powered by popcorn. There's a lot of different things here and why popcorn makes sense for your unit. First off, let's talk kind of about the Scouts. So personal growth program that can be applied to advancement opportunities and service projects. One of the things I like to say is I never really thought about some of the program benefits of popcorn when I first started working at Trails End. But I'm sure a lot of you have seen that tiger or that lion that used to hide behind their parents' leg at show and sells or even going door to door. And now they're out there smiling in front of people, shaking hands, making eye contact. It really helps with those skills, public speaking and math skills, salesmanship, perseverance, how to handle rejection, and hard work, right? So there's a lot of different benefits. Obviously, it's a fundraiser, so the goal is to fund your year and your ideal year of scouting, which we'll talk about here soon. But the bigger thing is it can definitely help with your program and helping out the youth in your community. Let's do a little video here.
In addition to paying for a year of scouting, selling popcorn with Trails End has taught our family lots of things, including hard work pays off, self-confidence, how to deal with rejection and excuses, how to speak to the public,
earning rewards for my hard work,
managing money, and setting and achieving goals. Selling popcorn each fall has created countless fun memories together. We hope your family has the same experience.
Doodly-doo.
So, process one to Holly. Holly, let's highlight some of your top selling units, including Mohawk 4044. I don't know if you're in attendance or not, maybe Andy, if you are, but crazy great sales for your first year back with us. But Holly, give some shout outs to some of your units.
Yes, I got to talk to Henry. He did a great job this year. Henry's in a troop, which I am very, very proud of him and all of 1075. They've done a great job year after year. And I hear a lot of times that the troop's not going to do it. Nobody wants to buy from them. And Henry and those guys are exact proof that that is totally wrong. They will buy from any of you guys. And I really appreciate all their effort that they did. Derek was our next winner. He was actually our top Cub Scout this year. I got to go to his AOL moving up ceremony when they were going into the troop, and he got to get a really cool backpack or like a hiking pack. So that was pretty neat. I got to see him and give him that in front of his friends. Logan, also from Troop 1075, did a great job. A lot of what they're doing and raising money for is going for trips for Jamboree, Conclave, all that kind of stuff. They've been so many places. They're just really great kids. And they're also determined too, like, especially at the troop age, they can get into the times where they figure out what times work best and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty neat. Hunter also did a great job. Mohawk did phenomenal. They were definitely our top district this year that had all this stuff. Grant also did a really, really good job. I know he was really, really trying this year. So I'm very, very proud of him. And Robbie and Gavin, Gavin too, with 1075 did a great, great job. 4044, they're an amazing pack. They have so many kids. And I know even like some of the units are small and stuff. So, but 4044 definitely has a bunch of kids, but they are out there. They're out there all the time. There's parents helping. And they actually have popcorn staged at 3 different houses so that they can do that. So it's definitely nice to get other people involved. If you are the popcorn kernel, you don't have to do it by yourself. You can share the load with other people. There's co-leaders and all that stuff that you guys can sign up and help with all of that on there. So Turning Point did a great, great job. There's a bunch of packs on there. You guys really did an amazing job last year. So I'm really proud of you guys. So, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, and as a council, we saw about 15% growth year over year. So
Yep.
as a whole, it definitely grew, and I appreciate all your guys' hard work and efforts. We just wanted to highlight some of the top performers so you can kind of see what your neighbors are doing. Cool. Okay, so the first kind of part of the presentation is the preparing. So what do you do before, you know, the popcorn starts flying at the show and sell booths or scouts are going door to door? Let's talk about that. So one of the big things is successful units have a plan and a plan how to fund their adventures. This concept is not new. It's called the ideal year of scouting, and it's been around for a long time, right? So with the ideal year of scouting, you really want to plan your program, list out those activities, you know, dream big, hold those brainstorming sessions. After that, incorporate new adventures and activities you really want to do. You know, everything costs money, right? So budget those, assign costs and how much it would be per youth, per parent, per other volunteer, add in your camp, your registration, your fees, and your advancements. Ideally, the popcorn sale should be the one fundraiser where you fund your whole ideal year of scouting. And the best units out there, no out-of-pocket costs, so the parents get that buy-in of wanting to do it. And you got to calendarize it. I'm pretty sure I just made up a word, but you got to provide those monthly calendars and activities for your parents and everybody in your unit. Set those goals, you calculate that, you raise that money and enjoy your year. So how does that look, right? We have these specific Excel documents. These will be in your unit leader dashboard and on the council webpage where you can kind of type in costs and it'll show you type in your commission, both from a scout level and from a overall program plan. And then you want to look at your ideal year of scouting. For your ideal year of scouting, you look at your program costs divided by your unit commissions to your sales goal, and you hit that goal so it's 100% funded.
One of the things that we have this year for sales management, Trails End has a new company that they're using to make it much, much easier with everything. So it's not so much different that it's going to be really confusing for everybody, but I think it's makes it a lot easier. With the one-stop shop, you can order popcorn, you can order the scouts to register, manage the scout roster. It's easy to set up. There's directions and everything on there so you can set up. And it's nice with like the real-time reporting. So it happens right when you're there. If you're at a show and sell, you can see right away, it's going to pop up. You're going to get the information, know where you guys are. And it's good to show the kids too, because then they can get excited that they're almost, if they have a goal. I definitely suggest always having a goal and making it attainable, but also making it a stretch that they have something to work for.
Yeah. Absolutely, Holly. It makes a ton of sense, right? So that unit leader portal is where you're going to spend most of your time planning and going through that. So yeah. All of you have probably been on it, but make sure you register so you get your credentials. Okay, so we talked unit leader portal. Now we'll talk Trails End app. So this is the point of sale platform. There's some cool upgrades in it for this year. Obviously, Trails End covers all of those credit card fees. If your unit uses it, your scouts, they will have pay zero in credit card fees. The app is to track real-time reporting, accept cash and credit, look at inventory, schedule scouts at storefronts. The big thing we've done this year is now we have the ability to accept Apple Pay and Google Pay and Cash App, which we'll talk about here shortly. But new scouts, they can sign in with their zip code now, and families can use one email for multiple accounts. And returning scouts, your scouts who did it last year will just use their same usernames. And then families can click that drop down. If you see the word Ethan, that name, that little caret next to it, if you click, you can pivot between scouts. Okay, this Trails End reward system, right? Those Amazon.com e-gift cards. Those e-gift cards are all point-based. You get 1.25 points per transaction for credit cards or debit cards. That's, you know, at storefronts, at Wagon, or online. Cash sales are $1 per point. We did have this new parent pay now or cash to credit, where parents can turn their cash dollars into credit sales, right? By using that card and keeping the cash. So that's a new program. There's going to be a little video on that. But bonuses, sell $500 per hour, 2-hour storefront shifts. You can earn a half point on every dollar sold. That's a big one. And then the other one is $250 online between July 1st and August 31st. So the online sale is rocking and rolling right now. You can earn 100 bonus points there. And the tiers are on the right. So it starts off at those 500 points and works its way up. There are some crazy gift cards from your top selling scouts, but really 500 points is super simple. You need to work like 2 or 3 shifts at a storefront, or maybe even 2, and then share your page online a little bit and go through that way. And so let's talk about some of the storefront programs and how the storefront works. So with the storefront program, Trails End books those key locations at premium spots. We really want to integrate this plan with data. So we have all your sales from last year, and we have the new relationship with Placer AI, so we can see merchandising being sold inside the stores. So for instance, if it's a Bass Pro Shop, we can see how much per hour they're actually selling retail wise, and we stack our shifts up to those. So we make sure that you guys are not wasting your time outside of storefronts. We do our best with that, and we also measure foot traffic. Our goal out there is to provide one sale for every 3 minutes out there to really drive up that average hourly rate. So storefront claiming is right around the corner. It's good that we're starting this video now. The 20K units, they get 4 blocks, which is essentially 2 days. Starts on the 20th, and then it staggers by the 23rd. So July 23rd, all our units get unlimited picks. So you start picking all the storefronts that Trails End has secured. Remember, we do our best to secure as many locations as possible. For you all, the big improvement here is Stewart's is going to be in this. So that'll be available for you to book.
One of the things that's new this year too
Ordering
is
enough popcorn to manage it.
sorry.
Anything to add to that? Yeah.
One of the things that's really
I'll
cool.
throw it to you. So good time.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's new this year with Stewart's is that they changed the time that they're letting us sell. So we only have they're asking us only to have a month time to sell this year. They appreciate or we appreciate, sorry, all that they let us do that. And Stewart's is honestly one of the biggest places we get to sell. But their corporate's asked just so it gives all the other people time to sell and everything else, because they do so many things for the community. They're limiting us, everybody this time for this year to have only an hour, or not an hour, sorry, a month of time to sell. So I know Trails End is working with Jessica and getting all that worked out and everything else. So that's one of the things that's new. And that's coming down from corporate. So that's something that would have been, even if we didn't do this, they had already asked that we not sell for that long, and definitely not after October, because they have I can't remember what, it's the holiday match program. So they want to be able to have, people be part of that also. So that was that. As far as the Scout Rewards too, I wanted to touch on that real quick. We are doing Great Escape this year. It's going to be January 12th of 2025. I'll put out a flyer and stuff for that. One change to that this year is if parents want, or a parent has to be there, or somebody, an adult over 21 has to be there. But if the parents want to swim, they can come, but they have to purchase a ticket at a discounted rate. Great Escape was awesome. They really helped us out this year. So, but just so you know, if one of the adults, if the parent does want to swim, there is an additional cost for that. We're doing with the dragons and stuff. We're going to have a dragon this year that's going to come around and meet some of you guys at the storefronts that you're doing and stuff. That's why it's another good reason to make sure that you're in there signed up and everything else. And we've got some prizes. We've got a bunch of the little eggs that we have. And so like they might have coupons for Stewart's ice cream or like a bunch of other just little things that the kids can get as a thank you. And we also have a big dragon that's going to be walking around with us that'll be able to deliver that to the kids and stuff. So maybe, you know, spend some time there and hopefully drum up some, you know, more customers coming that way. We have a prize wheel idea that we're doing this year, except it's like 3 different levels of tables. The first level is, it's going to be at Great Escape, same time that we're there. And so the third level is going to be at 3,000 points. Everything's going to be done by points this year. So this year to get to Great Escape, it's going to be 1,750 points. And that'll be a $60 gift card from Amazon. And second level is 5,000 points. And third level, or first level, sorry, is going to be 7,500. So each one of those levels is going to have a different table, and we'll get the kids up, let them know. It's probably going to be during the time that they close it. I know that they close it for an hour just to kind of look through everything, make sure everything's working good and stuff like that. So that's the time that that's going to be. So that's that. We good, Ryan? Sorry. Okay. So I actually have
Yes,
another
we
thing
are.
too
Just
that
wanted to make sure, and we'll have a flyer out for that information there soon,
Yeah.
so you guys can see some graphics around.
yeah, I'll be putting that on there soon. We were just
Cool.
trying to get the prices and everything with the contract finished just to make sure. One of the things that we're going to do this year that I'm really actually excited for is the Dragons Challenge. For every child that does $500 Heroes and Helpers, they're going to get a challenge coin. It's going to be the Dragons Challenge. There's going to be other challenges that happen during the popcorn season. We'll send out an email to yourself and also to the kids so they know about it for ways that they can get a piece of the Dragon's Gold. So I'm excited about that. I think challenge coins are pretty cool. So just with the military history and stuff, with my family and stuff, I think they're neat. So that was that. With the sales per hour, Ryan's really good about talking about this, but I've actually heard about it quite a bit.
Yeah,
The split
yeah.
method.
So let's talk about some of the different settings and registrations here. So
Yep.
there's default settings, yeah, and the split method. So when we talk about these, it's just important to kind of figure out what's best for your unit, right? So some of the top selling units really, and that's the best split method for them. So each scout that gets a credit for their sale that's recorded, they can also have safe and sales won't go down. So kind of how that looks with everything is like if you're starting the sale in the morning and you do really well in the afternoon, sales do worse. The scouts that do really well in the morning, they would go down. So scouts sell more on this method than anybody else. They average about $244 more. Units raise about $50 more per hour per scout. So remember those reservations, they start on July 20th and then they open on July 23rd. There's other split methods like split by shift. So if Holly and I were working a shift, it'd split it between us. And then there's other split methods like split by day or split by the entire year. So do what's best for your unit, but our top selling units usually do by shift, or they also do it by either shift or by individual. Cool. When we talk storefronts, there's some other important things here. We're going to highlight some of the key shifts out there that are going to generate the most revenue. You're going to see that little flame icon. That flame icon means it generates usually over $200 to $250 an hour plus. That's based off the user interface that we have with all this different data that we put into it, plus that Placer AI that shows those key stores that we've signed a contract with. So keep an eye out for those key stores. Leader training. So we're gonna have some webinars coming up. Please attend those. They're pretty quick. They're about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on questions. We also have the video in our dashboard for returning leaders, what's new, and there's a new leaders video also. A lot of the stuff in there is going to be super helpful. It's going to talk about what we talked about today, like your ideal year of scouting, and it's going to go into more depth. So check out those videos. Those are so good. And then the webinars are important too. And then in the leader portal, again, on the left-hand side, there's a training page. It shows the leader guides, unit planner, scouts. It's even got a PowerPoint template for when you run your own kickoffs. Okay, We talked about the prepare method. Now we're going to go to sell. So the ways to sell, obviously you've got storefronts, which we've talked about. You've got your online and your wagon. Your wagon's more of your door-to-door with product. If a scout did all three of those last year, they averaged over $1,070. My thought process is try to get your scouts to try all the different methods and see what's best for them. Storefronts is for sure the biggest method, right? Where you set up those those tables at high foot traffic areas. Scouts sell to customers that come in and out. Look, one of the big things about fundraisers and why people sometimes just don't like them is because you ask for your friends and family. This fundraiser is completely different, right? You can still ask your friends and family, but we want you to get out in the community and showcase scouting and ask your community for support. That's pretty much what the storefronts are about. High foot traffic areas inside your community. Online, this is great. Over 83% of your sales last year were outside of zip codes of your state. So that means it's friends and family who just don't live by you that are supporting you at a high level. It's a good supplement. I definitely recommend trying it. And then wagon sales going door to door. That was also a good chunk. And it's mostly, we're seeing most scouts have product in hand to sell it. Let's watch a storefront.
The key to a successful storefront is being prepared. First, sign up for shifts in the Trails End app. Then, on the day of the shift, we bring enough popcorn to sell 500 per hour, a fully charged phone with the Trails End app, and a Bluetooth Square reader. Also, we bring a 6-foot table, banner, and a cash box with small bills to make change. When we arrive, I set the table near the foot traffic while my scout talks to the customers. Here's a few tips. Scouts should use the restroom before the shifts. Keep the area tidy and store boxes behind the banner. Place the products highest to lowest and never put prices on the table. Happy selling!
Okay.
The Scout's goal is to get as many customers to the table as possible. To do your best, wear your uniform. Stand in front of the table. Smile and walk up to every person. Look the customer in the eye and give your pitch with confidence. Guide them to the table to pick their products. It helps to memorize the prices. Let your parents handle the money so you can get more customers. And have fun. Those will happen, and that's okay. Don't give up. People want to support scouting in your adventures. You just have to ask for their support.
Parents have a big role in supporting their scout at storefronts, so please, encourage your scout to keep asking. No's happen, and that's okay. Handle table and product setup. Stand and thank every person. Share what your scout will get with the consumer support. Enter orders so your scout can get more customers. Submit all donations in the app. Here's a tip. Use Parent Pay Now, keep the cash, and maximize rewards. Support your scout with a can-do attitude and have fun.
Okay. Those are some of the important videos, right? And we're still talking about the selling portion of it. Overall here, the scout sales pitch. The scout sales pitch is pretty interesting, right? The first thing you're going to notice is it doesn't say anything about would you like to buy popcorn. It's all focused on that specific scout in front of that consumer. So, hi, my name is Ryan, and I'm earning my way to Philmont. I'm also wanting to go to Seabase where I get to snorkel for the first time in the ocean. Can I count on your support? My favorite flavor is white cheddar. If you don't have cash, that's okay. We prefer credit cards. So the thought process there is you never say, you know, would you want to buy popcorn? Because we all know the popcorn is super expensive, but it's not expensive because it's just popcorn. It's expensive because 70% goes back to both the local council and the unit. If you can't remember, right, where sometimes we're dealing with lions or tigers or so forth, they can't remember, just an easy one of pick your local camp or a camp they like to go to, and will you help me go to camp? I also like to say one activity that the scout wants to do at camp that'll definitely help. And always say thank you and have a good day.
Hi, Scouts. The reason I can sell $500 an hour at storefronts is because of my speech. It's
Looks like we're buffering.
my speech. It's
But what happens there is the scout sales pitch is the same. So similar to what I said there. Okay, so Storefront best practices, right? They talked about those, Mitch and then Evan did right there, but make sure you're bringing enough popcorn for over $500 an hour. A fully charged phone with the Trails End app, a Bluetooth Square reader, 6-foot table with those banners, a cash box with small bills. You can make change. Scouts should use the restroom before the shift, place the products highest to lowest, and never put the prices on the table. The reason why you don't want to put prices on the table is because that can turn people off from being farther away. They say, oh man, I don't want to spend $15 on popcorn. What that does is hurt the ability for the scout to actually approach the customer and state why it's expensive and why it makes sense to support. Scout role, wear your uniform, stand in front of the table, smile and walk up to every person. You're representing scouting. A lot of people like seeing a scout outside of the store. So make sure you look the part. Look at the customer in the eye and give your sales pitch, guide them to the products, memorize it and memorize the prices, and let your parent or let the parent handle the money so you can get more customers. Parents have a big role too, right? So you can always encourage your scouts for the nose, handle the table at the products, stand and thank every person, share what the scout gets. That they need a little bit of help explaining that 70%, enter orders, and submit donations. So we talked the credit card. So the cool new thing is, right, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Cash App. So credit is great for scouts because Trails End pays all those fees. You can have a Bluetooth reader, and we accept that contactless cards, chips, and so forth. You can use your swipe readers, the Lightning or the headphone jack, manually entry, no reader you needed, and then there's a cart share ability on the new device where if a consumer has Apple Pay or Google Pay or Cash App, all they have to do is on their own device, and they don't have to have the Trails End app downloaded. It's all web-based and super quick. The Parent Pay Now, parents use their card and their cash. Storefront and Wagon available at the end of those shifts. Scouts earn more of those prizes and those points, and then leaders also have that ability to do it. We're going through a little internet connection issue here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Well, a couple of the changes with the products this year too is Trails End is not offering the $50 box that they did last year. That's a change. And also the chocolate pretzels will not be available for us to get through like is for like the show and sells or the take orders. That all has to be done online this year.
Yeah, so some of the thought processes, right? We're really narrowing that mix to make sure that's super important. For the first time ever, the white cheddar at $20 was the most containers and most retail generated. So that by far is super important to use. Let's see,
I'm done with my.
There we go. So the salted caramel corn at 25, s'mores at 25, popping and sweet and salty kettle and microwave. Those are all the same prices there. Our online mix, you can see some additions and some items here. Beef jerky, honey roasted, salted, dark chocolate called salted caramels. And then you've got your traditional items like your salted caramel, that's going to be 25, your white cheddar is 20, your sweetened, your kettle corn, that's 2 bags for 30 and so forth. So we try to stick to those prices as close as we can to your traditional mix. And we saw over 100% growth on the online sale versus the previous customer or previous popcorn vendor you guys used to use. We saw online work very well. When we talk about online, there are some best practices we definitely want to highlight. Some of those best practices include some just important, some information there. Safe and easy, right? So it's super easy. Trails End delivers that product between 3 and 5 days to the consumers. No handling of product or cash for scouts for units. We have traditional products on there as close as we can on pricing and additional products online. It's really important to customize your page, create that description while you're fundraising. Select your favorite product and make that bio page your own. Share. It's super important to share. Social media is by far the biggest generator, followed by text. You can go through your contacts in your phone and reach out. And then also social media, post on what your scout does and make sure people understand. And when they click it, they're going to see that. We also have some big upgrades with online. If you've been to our site recently, it's got a new platform called Shopify. I'm sure Shopify you guys have seen before in e-commerce worlds. Consumers can create an account. It's easier to track their own shipping. There's better discounts. more dynamic marketing on there. So that's the new experience your customers will have once they visit the Trails End website. Cool. Okay, donations. Donations were pretty confusing and they have been for a while. So remember, when you take a donation, you can take a $1, any denomination, a 30 or a 50. And what you do with those is now they're automatically turned in. So you don't have to wait and order those on your take order. They automatically get processed. The donations will be automatically processed nightly and reflect on your orders. Eliminate any manual ordering. So that was pretty confusing last year. We had to reach out to certain units, be like, hey, you said you had a bunch of donations, you just never ordered them. And the unit leader usually said, why do I have to order them? I already took the donation. That was the thought of how do we make it easier there. Next.
Sorry,
oh,
Ryan, I just
yeah.
want to say something real quick. One of the things I can't stress enough is everything has to be done online this year. If you have extra money for the Heroes and Helpers, please don't hold on to it. If you have a show and sell, please put the money in as soon as it gets in there. If you have a parent that's going to be paying with a credit card and it's going to take a couple days, totally good, but at least put the sale in there. And you can just say that, you know, it's a take order that you're waiting, it's not paid yet. We had a lot of confusion last year with people waiting and doing it afterwards, and all of us are busy. We forget things get confused of what kids were there, what kids were not there. So please, like either right after the show and sell or while you're there, even click on what kids were there, what was sold, and any Heroes and Helpers donations that they got, and they will get credit for those. So
yeah, good points. Yep. Cool. Anything else, Holly? Do you want to mention where you've donated some of the product last year in that cause? It's great that some of it stayed local.
yeah, one of the places we sent it to is the Miracle Center over in Albany. They're a phenomenal group of people. I can't say enough good things about them. They help a lot of the homeless vets, and they send stuff overseas. And I have a huge military background with my family and stuff, and we've volunteered there quite often, and I know firsthand they help vets. And you know, we've been there to see just how happy people are just to receive popcorn, and that the kids care, that they're important still to them and everything else. So that was really cool. Another one of the places that I would like to be able to donate to this year is over at the Albany Airport. They have a bunch of stuff, and we actually, one of our parents lives in it's up in Saratoga at the naval base. So I'm hoping that we can get that as part of like having the kids come in and talk to the guys and all that stuff. And the other place that we did last year was Family Services over in it's on the other side of the airport, where the Division of Military and Naval Affairs are. They came over and got a huge van of popcorn and stuff to share with the military families, and also to be able to send over to people that are deployed. So that was really cool.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So we'll publish some of these key dates. I think we might be missing a couple here, Holly, but
Yeah,
you can see, let's just jump on. Maybe I can see real quick on one of your guys's.
sorry. I was like,
Let me see.
oh yeah, because the other orders aren't on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
Sorry.
Yeah,
So I can tell you if not.
yeah, go ahead and read
Okay,
those out.
sorry. So the first order is going to be due in July. Actually, hold on, let me grab my calendar.
Let's put them in the chat, and then yes, we will share a copy.
Okay,
of these
yeah.
Yeah, we'll type them in the chat, and there also will be on the council website. And when that's set up properly in the system, you'll be able to see them pretty easy. So good.
Sorry, I made my calendar with them today and I forgot to put them on the sheets.
Are these the distributions at Clark's? So we got Friday 8/2, and then we've got 9/20 for that show and sell order.
Yeah.
And 11/22.
Yep, for the show and sell order. This year we've been very fortunate. There is a storage unit place that is in Latham on Route 7 that has climate controlled storage. They are on a very discounted rate, giving us letting us use 3 is the storage units that are there this year. The thought behind that is I know the popcorn comes in tasting absolutely phenomenal, but by the end of the sale, I love the white cheddar popcorn and a couple of us, go out, grab a thing of popcorn, randomly put it in somebody's account, and then pay for it that way and stuff. But towards the end of it, it wasn't tasting as best or as good as it started off in the beginning. And a big part of that, I think, was because it was so hot out in the pods outside that it just, it definitely wasn't up to par where we wanted it. So we're going to be doing those in Latham this year. So any of the refills or anything like that, as soon as the orders come in and we can check everything over and stuff, I will put the dates on there. If anybody does need a refill, definitely let me know. We can work something out with getting over there and stuff. But for the show and sell order, my guess is it's going to be over in Latham, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm definitely, I'll let you guys know as soon as we find that out.
Yeah, so the council, after you place your initial, will have a buffer, right? So if you run out of, say, white cheddar or salted
Yep.
caramel or s'mores, you can reach out to Holly and the staff and they can get it to you, or you can come pick it up. So we'll discuss how that works. So your initial order is due 7/18 for that 8-2 initial order pickup. We're targeting Clark's. That may move, so just keep an eye out. We'll reach out, but Clark's for sure is kind of what we're thinking for that food grade safety.
Yeah, for the initial order, it'll definitely be at Clark's. It's just, and for the final order, it should be at Clark's depending on what's happening. But the first one will definitely be at Clark's. After that, it might be Latham, but it's all going to depend on the quantity that we have.
Great, cool. Okay, next one. Let's talk about some of the commissions. Go ahead and talk to these, Holly.
Yep. Traditional for wagon and storefront this year, it's going to be 35%. I know in the past it was if you came to a meeting, you got an extra percent and all that kind of stuff. First of all, it's very hard for us with so many units to keep track of who came, who didn't, and all that kind of stuff. It is very important. So I really appreciate you guys being on here so you know what's going on, you know what's different and all that kind of stuff. The online sales commission is the same as last year with a 30%. This year, definitely though, I can't, I was just saying, I really need to stress the fact that, all the kids beforehand, if you guys need help, let us know, but they need to get, put into the system and all that kind of stuff before the sale, starts and everything, just so that all their stuff can be counted right away. Because it really was silly last year, some of the things that we had to do to try to figure out the sales and the commissions. And these kids worked hard for it. Like nobody wants to hear that, they can't figure it out and they're not sure how much money they have for going to camp and all that kind of stuff. They work hard on it, and so did the parents too. So we definitely want to make sure everything's streamlined this year and goes online and all that. So
Great. Okay. And then online commission is also 30%. So some easy stuff there.
Yep.
Support. So there's a couple different levels of support, right? So first, I'd like to highlight Miss Holly Rogers. She does an excellent job. She's the one speaking or was speaking. There's her phone number with her extension and a popcorn email address. She's a great first resource if you have questions. I'm going to put my cell phone in the chat. Feel free to text or call me if you have any concerns, and also along with my email. Putting that in there now so you can see that. The other things you have is our supports. So there's an FAQ, and then it's support@trails-n.com. And then also the Facebook groups. So those are the important ones there. Holly, go ahead and take it away.
One of the things that I also want to say with the popcorn at TRC Scouting, my email still work also, but I have gotten a new position, which I'm really, really super excited about. I'm the DA for Fort Orange. So definitely helping them with like membership and all that kind of stuff. And I'm still doing popcorn, but definitely need to focus where both of my things are. So to kind of keep my ducks in the pond that they need to be in. If you guys could send it to the popcorn, just so that I know it's about popcorn. If not, if you use my holly.rogers@scouting.org, it's not a problem. I'll still get it. But they all go to the same place. It's just nice to be able to keep which is where. one of the other things too, I have three phenomenal people that honestly I have not been able to, they've offered to help, haven't been able to get the information to them yet. So I'm hoping by next Monday that I'll be able to get the information to them and stuff. So I'll put the information out when I get that for them. But I'm really looking forward to this year. I think it's going to be a really great year. I'm excited. We've got some people that are really, really excited to be able to go out and dress up as the dragon, to come meet the kids at the show and sells and all that kind of stuff, and give them treats. And I don't know, I've been a popcorn kernel for a really long time. So now that I get to do it on this side, it's definitely, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. And it is what you make it. I know standing out there sometimes when it's hot or it's cold or anything else isn't the best thing, but you can make, sing a song with the kids, anything. It's just a lot of fun. So
Holly, we did have a good question on here. Laura asked about the returning of product or switching it out. What do we-
okay. Yes. So as of right now, we are not doing 100% returns. We will help you in every single way possible that we can. But we are not doing returns this year. In the past, it's been really confusing because we can only accept returns back in a case. We can't do the single pieces and stuff. A lot of that has to do with them being touched by numerous people, bags coming back damaged, missing pieces from everything. So we can only do it by the cases. So we decide to not do returns this year, but knowing that we will, I would say we as council, but like, I will definitely see if we can move stuff around, or if we can set up another show and sell for you guys. Even if it's like a split show and sell, we can give it to another troop or another unit that needs it, but we'll definitely help you get rid of it. One of the things that we're going to do this year too is keep an eye on, with you listing all the stuff that you've sold, we'll be able to see much better who has a lot of product left, who doesn't have much left. And I can even come out if you guys are having trouble with the parents and all that, get the kids excited about coming to the show and sells. And honestly, like, I know sometimes things just happen. The last couple of years, a lot of things have happened in my life. So I definitely know that like sometimes things are just out of your control and you can't do, but like, we will definitely work with you. I don't want anybody to be stuck with popcorn, but I do at the same time want everybody to do their best to get out and, get the kids excited to sell. And we'll definitely have ways that we can help you get the kids excited and everything else. And one of
make sure you reach out to Holly if there is if you're having trouble moving it.
Yes.
Also, we will have additional product on hand, so maybe you take it in kind of chunks, not everything up front, and you kind of work your way through it. And if you run out of product, we're going to do our best to get it to you.
Yeah. We did really, really well last year. I was really proud of us that we had product just about when everybody needed it. So, and if not, that we got it for you guys. And we work with other councils too. So if one of us has an order coming in during another time and we need some, we can add to their order and we'll just pick it up because there's people going all over the place all the time. So that's definitely helpful. One of the things I want to say too is if you are having trouble, please let me know. If something happens in your life, some like things are unexpected and everything else, definitely reach out to me if you're having trouble. Don't wait until you're so overwhelmed that it's just in a bad place. Definitely let me know ahead of time. And I'll work with you and help, and either get somebody to help you, I will help you, we'll figure it out. But we have a lot of people that are willing to help to do that. So
cool. All right, I think we're going to answer some questions here. I think Courtney had one.
I think that's it.
Yeah, we're good. So where can we pick up the order forms if there are any order forms needed?
I have the order forms here if you'd like me to print them out. They're going to be up on the website. We're hoping to get them there on Monday. The person that's running that helps me with the website and everything else is actually working at Rotary for the summer. So it's been a little crazy, but he'll definitely do our best to get that everything out on Monday and get that open for you guys. But if you want me, let me know how many you want. I can print them and send them out to you guys.
Great. Okay. Well, also just kind of ending note, just a big thank you for all you guys do for your for your unit and for all your scouts. There are a ton of scouts out there that you may not know it, but if popcorn didn't exist, they wouldn't be able to be in the program. I just want to say thank you from Trails End and all your partnership and all your hard work. Your quote unquote 1 hour a week with this, which is funny because it's definitely more. But from the council and us at Trails End, we really do appreciate all your hard work. Again, my cell phone's in the chat, my email. Please don't be a stranger. If you have questions or concerns, reach out to me, reach out to Holly. Right now, and I do apologize, I've had some internet connections. We have a bad storm here in Indianapolis, which I've never really had that affect my internet. I'm on fiber, but I don't know why. So apologize for that. However, we are going to stay on a little bit longer if there's any questions, and we will have this recorded and up. So again, appreciate all your time and that 45 minutes tonight, and then we'll hang on for questions. So go ahead and use the chat, or feel free to unmute yourself at this point, and we'll see what we can do.
One of the things that I want to say too, as far as if you're having trouble with the website and figuring stuff out, if you guys can send that request to support at the Trails End support email. Can't remember what, I know it starts with support. I apologize. I'll put that on there. I know it's okay. Yeah. So I know it's in the PowerPoint too, but please use that. There are some stuff I can help with, but they are phenomenal. They know this system inside and out, and they can honestly help you way faster than I'm going to be able to.
Very cool. Yeah, Kelly, this is your first year selling. Welcome. Couple questions about the split method. So at a show and sell, you could have multiple scouts or just one scout and their parent. The thought process there is there's 4 defaults. Those defaults you can see. I might be able to actually show you what that looks like. Yeah, let's do it. I can share my screen and so you can see. I'm gonna zoom in. Calculation method here. So this one, you have a couple different ones here. Scouts will receive credit for their own sale. So if Scout makes a sale, he or she will get that credit. So if John is selling at a storefront and recorded all the sales in the app, all the credit will go to John, even if Steve is helping John. Next one, this one's by shift. So if John and Steve are both at that show and sell location, it's going to split between both of them. The next one there is going to be among the hours, and the next one's going to be entire year.
I really like, I mean, I'm very thankful that there's so many different ways because it works better for everybody. But the one that's split among scouts during the entire year, that alleviates bad days, good days. It was raining the day that we were selling, and all the kids get credit for their hours, regardless of how the weather was, if it was a good place to sell or anything else. As long as they're all given their all, which they should be anyways, it definitely works out really well that way.
Yeah, okay, there's a couple more questions in the chat. Just to clarify the returns, there is no return policy, but if you do have issues, reach out to Holly. The other one, if you didn't sell over 20K, if you sold less than 10, you would start claiming on July 23rd. That's correct.
And one of the things too, for everybody that's up in Adirondack District, I am hoping to be able to come. I know you guys are having a movie night in August. I don't know what the date is yet, but I have to find out about that. But we'll be out there then. If you want, we can come bring it up to you guys at your kickoff for that. Other than that, we will, depending on how many people there are and stuff, we'll definitely get it up there to you. I just don't have the date because I know you guys coming all the way down to Albany is a really, really long haul just to pick up popcorn. So we'll definitely bring it up in August when you guys have your kickoff. If not, we can figure out something before then. And as far as the extra popcorn, we'll definitely work stuff out. We've got a bunch of different outlets that we can use. So I don't want anybody to be worried. I know a couple of times like people have held on to it, haven't been able to sold it and have been stuck with it. But it's been last minute that we found out. So if we can keep everybody in the loop ahead of time, we can definitely help you guys and get that all set.